Last week, we reported more than 24 people lost their homes when a fire broke out at the Spanish Arms Apartments on North 6th in Abilene. The cause of the fire is still under investigation, but the massive fire adding to a growing list of fires occurring in apartment complexes in the Key City. A fire at Aspen Place Apartments just this past March, and a major fire at the Maison Blanche Apartments in 2019, now raising questions about the safety and the dangers of living in older apartment complexes. KTAB's Mariah Williams went looking for answers, starting with our top story at 5.
More than a week after his home burned, Joseph Atkins is left to scavenge through the remains to find any valuables.
It was just so fast. I couldn't get my cat. Unfortunately, he's passed away now. And I couldn't get anything.
Having no time after the building was torn down, Atkins grabbing what he can find from the rubble.
Well, I found my daughter's picture, and I found my mom's urn, and the Bible didn't get touched at all.
This is the second older apartment complex that Joseph has lived in, leaving them built from fires. The Abilene Fire Department says when this building was built, the standards were different.
Well, with the older buildings, we're dealing with different construction requirements back when they were built. Now modern buildings are required to have a firewall between each unit, and it goes all the way up to the roof. So the fire can't spread past that unit very easily. In the older buildings, it's an open attic space, a shared attic space, so that smoke and the flames can go through the entire building.
Lindsay Fletcher says the responsibility falls on the tenant to ask the hard questions.
It's up to the building manager, the property manager, but they could install sprinkler systems. This all depends on what they're comfortable with, the amount of money they're willing to spend. You're going to want to educate yourself on fire safety, make sure your neighbors are educated. Unfortunately, in an apartment fire, if you start a fire, if your neighbor starts a fire, that's going to affect more than yourself.
After this repeated experience for Atkins, he's warning all to be cautious of these buildings and their safety.
I would never recommend anyone to move into anything old because, I mean, it's just a disaster for something like this to happen no matter what.
Not knowing where he'll sleep each night, with his car as his last resort.
Where are you planning to sleep in here tonight?
Just sleep sitting up, I guess.
Reporting in Abilene with coverage you can count on, I'm Mariah Williams, KTAB News.
Thank you, Mariah. For questions about affordable housing locations and those housing standards, you can contact the Abilene Housing Authority, the number there at the bottom of your screen.